Hey guys, what is going on? In this video, we are covering the habits that we have every single day that we practice that have got us to where we are today and continue to help us grow towards where we want to be. Stay tuned. Without a doubt, repetition is like the mother of all learning. Like if you're not doing things consistently every single day, it's not going to work out for you in most cases. And so I'm a huge believer in the saying, like, if it's worth doing one day, it's worth doing every single day. And so that's exactly what I practice. Whatever I do one day, I try and do every single day. So without a doubt, guys, number one for me is planning out my day the night before. And so I do have a gold nugget for you guys at the end. Like the number one thing I actually do every single day, at the end of the day actually, is a huge gold nugget that I think you guys are going to love. So stay tuned for that. But number one, without a doubt, is just plan my day the night before. So when I wake up that morning, like the next morning, I know exactly what I'm doing first and for how long, what's next, and so on and so forth. So this doesn't only give me a sense of guidance, knowing that what I'll be doing every single day, but it just gets me into like the natural habit of working. Like, after so long just writing it down, okay, yes, I'm doing this every single day, like you just get in a habit of working, where it's like, if you're not working for that part of the day, like you just feel weird, like you have to work. So it's kind of a habit that builds into another habit of like productivity, right? That's the way I see it. So that's number one. Number two,
something that you could do too, guys, like we've discussed before, like even meditating, like something that just kind of keeps you like away from everything, kind of just like a little getaway for a bit. Like I know this may not be something like that you have to meditate for, but like even just like something simple as just taking a shower when you get up. I know it's like, it's not very hard to do. It's just, you know what I mean? It doesn't involve much work or effort. But like something that just like cleanses your body, something that just cleanses you, so you just go into whatever you're doing like 100% like prepared, cleans your mind, and just gets you motivated. Just because of, I don't know, like every time I take a shower, and like the hot water, I don't know what it is, like it just like makes me feel good after, right? And then after that, literally, like what Corey does too, like we have our checklist for the day, what we've written down prior to today, like so the night before. We go through it, we see what's most important. Well, I don't know I don't know if you do the most important thing first, or if you just do what you have in order. I do what's most important first. So whether, like, usually that's my student stuff. Like, so if I have calls with them like through the day, I would usually get that done first. But that's all like schedule based, so it's all like dependent, right? But from there, for me, like I said, a habit for me is just doing my work, like my ads. Like I check in my ads every single day. Like every time I wake up, I check my ads every day. Like that's just a habit that I do. Also finding products, finding stuff that's just gonna work in e-com, all that stuff.
Guys, number three for me, number three in this video, but number two for me, without a doubt, guys, is fitness. So every single day for the past like year now, I've been going to the gym nonstop. So if you follow my personal social media, like on Instagram especially, like I'm sure you know that, I'm really huge in the gym. But that's just one thing that like I'm extremely keen on, just like fitness. Because for those days where I feel a little bit less energized, or those days where like right off like the bat, like something bad went wrong or something, as much as that really affects me at all, it still kind of does, right? It's gonna, if it's really bad news first thing of the day, like it's gonna bug you most likely. And so after I go to the gym and like just crunch my workout, like after that I just feel great again, and realize that like things that happen in like just for one day aren't going to affect you forever. It just gets me like back in like the right mindset that I usually have. So fitness without doubt is number three for me. And that doesn't even have to be like, going to the gym and deadlifting a bunch of weight. Like that could be like for you guys, like, at home watching, like this could be simply going for a run or a jog, or
anything that takes your mind off
doing some yoga in your basement with some crappy mat. Like it doesn't have to be like anything extreme.
Self-improvement, anything that's pertained to you guys and making your like physical fitness better. That's basically what Corey's trying to say. It doesn't have to be lifting 200 pounds on the bench press. You can do whatever suits you, right? Like maybe you play a sport, you play volleyball or something. Like I work out not as extreme as him, but I definitely go to the gym as much as I can. And then also after that I'll try to read. So that's kind of like what we're gonna talk about now, is reading. I've never really liked reading as a kid. Like I never really just picked up a book and started reading like novels. But now as I've been getting older and getting more into what we're doing, right, we all change as people. I've been reading a lot of business-related books, a lot of mindset-related books, right? And even if you're just reading, guys, like 20 pages a day, that's all it takes, really. Just even 10 pages, guys. You all got to start off somewhere, right? Consistently every single day, and you'll be finished the book in no time, literally. Think about it, 20 days, right, times 30 days, right?
Yeah, that's a lot.
You know what I'm saying? So you could finish 2 books, you can finish 3 books, right? The more you read, and it's just learning something new every single day, right? Something that a book that you see in a book may teach you something that you never knew before, right? Not everything in the world is online on the internet, right? Obviously that book is some stuff from that book, but you never know until you read the book, right? So that's why it's important.
You got it.
Right? So you never know, right? So that's why like reading is just super, super important for my life now too. I never really took it seriously until I actually got serious about e-commerce and just business in general, life in general, my own goals that I have for myself, and it just made everything like so much better.
Love it. Guys, the last gold nugget here that I mentioned earlier that I want to talk about now, I think it's something that just like completely changed the way I view every single day and like the way I behave right away. And that is like right before, so after I write my checklist out, after I, like get changed, whatever, get into bed, like right before I try falling asleep, I envision this movie in my mind just for like 5 minutes of like the day ahead. So if it's like Sunday night, like I'll make a movie in my mind of like what my Monday is going to consist of. And so I'll have like that like visual like representation of like me waking up, me making my food, like going to the gym, like working on my stuff with my students. Like I have that visual like representation in my head, and that right there is enough just to motivate me to like go and do all those things and wake up and just get started your day as soon as possible. So without a doubt, like if there was like one thing that you guys want to like try and do from this video, maybe you don't want to work out or whatever, like this is something that you guys can all do, no doubt. For 5 minutes before you sleep, in your mind, just picture yourself and doing what you'll be doing the next day. And if you love what you do, if you like what you're doing, then this is actually going to be something very fun, something that you actually enjoy doing and actually will motivate you. If you don't like what you're doing, you gotta watch more of our videos about that. Hit us up. We can try helping you out there. But for those of you that love what you're doing, you love your school or you love like your job or whatever you're doing, this is gonna help you out a lot. Definitely try it out.
For sure. And that's another thing too, just like a bonus thing here just before we go. Just practicing in general what you do, right? Even for us, like with e-commerce, right? We keep up a lot with the trends, with news, stuff that affects our life, right? So that's always something that's super, super important to us. And even with our own ventures that we have, like for example, like doing sales, like that kind of stuff, we like to, what we call role play our sales calls.
Oh my God.
And
killer.
This guy's the best at it.
Killer.
But what we'll do is literally just practice as much as we can whenever we do our videos, whenever we do our work together, and then we'll make some time just to practice that, right? Just to see how a sales call would work. Object to each other's
It's real though.
things. Like we actually do that.
It's real. We've spoken to enough people to know what some of the most common objections are, and so on and so forth. And so we have real calls with real objections. Like we say to each other real things we've heard before, and counteract to that, and it just keeps you sharp, guys. I don't care if you're freaking Grant Cardone. Like if you're not role playing every single day, just like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. If you're a salesperson or a business owner, and you have to communicate ideas to somebody, like role playing is so important.
You can lose your edge if you don't practice.
It takes a couple hours sometimes.
Right? Yeah, if you gotta get into the groove of it, right? If you're out of the groove for a long time, then you're gonna be really.
A couple hours all it takes to lose your edge, guys.
Seriously. Just like I know this is more extreme, but even for example, when you go back to the gym, you haven't been in a long time, or you go to play a sport you haven't played in a long time. The first time you go back, the next day you're sore, or the next day you just feel like crap, right? So even with something just like mentally, you can definitely get rusty for sure. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. We hope that you enjoyed everything that we talked about, and we will definitely see you guys in the next video.